Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Mr. Muskie Charters, offering full-service guided fishing trips for walleye, muskie, bass, and sturgeon on Lake St. Clair and the Detroit and St. Clair rivers. Booking information is online at mrmuskiecharters.com. Hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We have a brand new show for you. However, we do have a shortened show because our PBS stations are in their last week of pledge, but we are jam-packed with stuff this week. We're going to start in the little town of Elk Rapids in the northwest part of the Lower Peninsula and do some shore fishing for smallmouth, something you don't see very often. Then we're going to head further down the west coast to where I live here in Grand Haven, Michigan, and show you some scouts on the pier doing some fishing and catching some monster fish. You won't want to miss that story. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's the love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse. Offering a variety of meat products, Country Smokehouse is located 3 miles south of I-69 and M53, just south of Imlay City. Country Smokehouse is a meat processor, a butcher, and a destination for sportsmen. By Angler Quest Pontoons, a mid-Michigan company building boats for fishermen by fishermen. Angler Quest Pontoons are designed for comfort and functionality. On the web at anglerquestpontoons.com.
We all have one, that perfect spot, a special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Michigan-based Vanguard has manufactured quality optics, hunting packs, and accessories for over 30 years. Discover all our most recent innovations at vanguardworld.us.
Okay, we're going to be fishing here in Elk Rapids by the power dam and a little way out in the waters going out towards the marina. The target for the day is going to be smallmouth bass, and we get big ones in here, 16, 17, 20 inches. Legal size 14, but we always throw those back because there's big ones out here. We're going to be mainly using tube baits, light line, 4-pound test, and hopefully we'll be catching some big fish for the show.
The plan today was to target smallmouth bass while fishing from shore, highlighting a fishery that almost everyone can take advantage of, using pretty basic equipment with a little different setup.
Yeah, I have a 7-foot bass rod. It's an ultralight. I have a ultralight reel, and I spool the reel with 8-pound test, and I usually use braid and fluorocarbon. But because there's no stretch between the braid and the fluorocarbon, I put about 3 to 4 feet of mono in between. And that acts like a little shock absorber if you get a real strong hit. And if you can see, that's the knot right there. That's my line. Then I have my shocker tied up to my terminal. And I use a 3-way, small number 12 3-way. With about 1/8 of an ounce weight on the bottom, and then I have about 24 to 26 inches of 4-pound test leader. But this year I switched from braid to the new Berkeley Nano line, and I'm very happy with it. Casts extremely far. It doesn't bunch up or it doesn't get any wind knots in it, and it's got no stretch, and I'm very happy with it. You know, this is probably a 13-inch smallmouth, but they're really, really healthy. They got a nice fat body, nice color to them. With a weighted jig head, usually 1/8 of an ounce weight, either split shots or 1/8 of an ounce jig head will get you across, and count of 3 get you on the bottom bouncing. And using tubes like I do imitating the gobies, I just throw it out, just let it drift and give it a quick twitch with a tip and just let hopefully nature take its course. Well, it got a pretty good hit on a tube, pumpkin green flake, and he came right in. Doesn't look like be like a big one, but like I say, ounce for ounce, smallmouth are probably one of the most fightingest fish. Through the years, we found that probably the best size tubes are roughly 2.5, 2.75, no more than 3 inches. I kind of equate it to an adult with a couple pieces of M&M candy on the table and a great big 5-foot candy bar. You're more apt to grab the couple M&Ms and then come back for seconds.
As we continued to catch fish, Don filled me in on some of the changes to the Elk Rapids area over the last decade.
I've seen quite a turnaround. Through the years, people kind of bypassed Elk Rapids. It's right on 31 between Charlevoix and Traverse City. You're either going to Charlevoix or Traverse City. Not too much to offer in Elk Rapids except little small town restaurants, maybe a little fishing. But now, in the last, since we've been up here almost 9 years, there's been a lot of new stores opening, a lot of wine and craft shows, tours, a couple breweries are in here. So business is really good. It's kind of like an area you want to put the hub of your wheel and work out from to see a lot of the beautiful things in Michigan in the immediate area. But there's a lot in Elk Rapids. We got a lot of stores, new stores, a lot of nice restaurants. And just a simple, it's just that basic, a little three block long city, but it's beautiful to walk down. And a little small guy. Maybe the big fish didn't get the memo that they should be in. But this is roughly about the size you're going to be catching during the hot summer months coming up, July, August, the smaller ones. There he is. There's a little bit bigger.
If you're interested in learning more about this area, Don and several other local anglers are putting on a free fishing seminar at the end of the month, teaching folks exactly how to fish this area.
We have a free fishing seminar coming up the 28th of June. It's last Wednesday. It starts at 7 p.m. and it's going to be at our harbor, Elk Rapids Harbor Pavilion, way on the end. It's free. We're giving away raffle tickets at the door. We have 3 nice door prizes. One is, I know is going to be the top prize, is a real nice rod and reel combination worth around $100. We're giving grab bags out to supposedly the first 50 people, but the guy making them got carried away and made around 100. So, and in these grab bags that you get at the door is going to be lures that we use actually at the dam here. Correct line, weight, and hooks. So we'll get you at least set up. The seminar itself is going to be teaching basically how to fish this area from the dam waters all the way out to the marina entrance. We have a panel of 7, and between the 7 of us we have around 240 years experience just fishing this area exclusively. It's a lot of fun. We are going to be teaching how your rod and reel and drag work. A lot of people don't know how all 3 work together. We're going to be showing how to fish live and live bait and how to hook them correctly, how to fish soft and hard bait. We're going to have a panel of 7 plus DNR representatives there to answer questions. They have free handouts also for the adults, and they also have a lot of things for the kids, free little freebies for the kids. So we'll have a pretty hopefully a well-tuned audience. Again, a little small guy. He's probably legal, barely 14 inches. Nice color and nice design on these babies. They're built for speed and they're built for power when they fight. Yeah, this is a little bit bigger. I still want to jiggle. Well, actually, it's not bad. We've been catching fish. Not the way you'd like it to be. I've had days for almost every other cast you catch a fish, and big ones. I was out yesterday morning, caught 10 nice big ones over 16 inches, but this morning they're running slow. Maybe it's National Donut Day and all the big ones are at the donut shop. I don't know. But these small ones, they still...
It's pretty unusual to have someone tell you exactly where they are catching fish, and even more rare to have them show you how to do it. So if you live near the Elk Rapids area, you may want to take advantage of the free fishing seminar at the end of the month. Special thanks to Don for showing us another way to catch smallmouth bass here in northern Michigan.
Well, that is a pretty cool story and a very accessible way to fish for sure. We're going to kind of stay with that theme, drop down to Grand Haven and show you some kids out on the pier here in Grand Haven. And they're not really seasoned pros, but they were catching some big fish.
Well, today we're gonna do our Cub Scout Fishing Derby. It's something we've done the last 3 years, this being our 4th annual. We're gonna plan to teach the Cub Scouts, ranging from 1st grade all the way up to 5th grade, some of the ins and outs of fishing. I've actually been surprised that some of the boys, this is their first time fishing, or at least maybe the first time they've caught a fish larger than a small panfish. And so we're gonna be fishing for the river fish here, anything we can catch, bass, freshwater drum, catfish, see what we can get to bite. What we're gonna have you do now is we're gonna start fishing right away. I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail about fish unless you catch one and wanna keep it. If you wanna keep a fish that you catch, we're gonna have you come over, read about the fish that you caught, see if you can spot it.
Well, the kids and adults were itching to get some lines in the water here in Grand Haven. It's great to see the Scouts making the outdoors a big part of what they're all about.
We really want them to learn to appreciate and respect the outdoors. That's one of the principles of scouting, really. Scouting, as a lot of people already know, has a lot to do with camping, hiking. They can get merit badges when they get into the bigger, the older troops and Boy Scouts in fishing, and even at the younger levels here with the Cub Scouts. Part of their requirements for some of their badges have to do with fishing. So it's something that we want them to learn, but also for the larger aspects of enjoying nature and what Michigan has to offer, especially here.
Whoa! I need a net!
Okay, don't pull them up. Don't pull them up, okay?
It's a catfish.
You got to leave them in the water, and that's what will balance it out. Because if you pull them up and you take off the gravity.
He's rock bass. Well, I think that's a catfish.
Yep, that's a baby catfish. Baby channel cat. Good job. Good job, Art. All right. Okay, now I'm going to teach you something about this, okay, buddy?
My brother got a fish.
These right here have sharp fins, so you never want to put your finger back here or back on these. That's their defense. So you have to make sure that you hold it down like this to get the hook out so you don't get poked.
Well, the kids were spread out across the pier and, well, the fish were starting to show up. Each fish would be measured, and the kids with the highest number of inches, well, they'd be the winners for the derby here today.
Get him up there, get him up there. Bring him over here on the side. All right, whoa, watch out from everybody. All right, you got a rock bass. Oh, no, a white bass.
Nice job, young man.
17.
How big is he?
17 inches.
17 inches.
17-inch channel
Wow,
catfish.
nice job, young man.
Thank you.
What'd you catch him on?
Worm.
Nice job. Was it hard to reel him in?
Yes, very hard.
Wow, is that your biggest fish you ever caught?
That's the first fish he ever caught.
First
fish he ever caught.
First fish he ever caught.
First
That
fish,
is
big
awesome.
fish.
Wow.
First fish, I gotta say, is a pretty big fish.
Well,
Yes, it
congratulations, young man. That's awesome. Woo, what a dandy.
Oh, there he is. Oh my God.
Oh.
That's huge.
Where's the net? Where's the net?
Right here.
Oh my gosh. That's huge. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my word.
Gosh. Told you you'd get it, dude.
my God.
Oh my gosh.
Dude!
You got the biggest fish, dude.
Oh my word! Holy smokes!
You're gonna beat everybody. You're
That
gonna come in
is a giant
first place.
fish. There are some big fish to be caught here in the Grand River, and we did see some big cats and some monster master angler sheephead. But even the small fish, well, they were big today.
Because of their age, they get thrilled. I mean, they catch a goby, the round-nosed invasive species, and they just light up. They think, hey, I caught a fish, so it really doesn't matter. We're not necessarily going for size, but if they catch a big one, it's awesome. No, they light right up. It's great. Well, what we're doing is because it's a derby, kind of like our Pinewood Derby and our other events that we do during the year. We have a first, second, and third place for the most inches caught total. We're not going to weigh them just because we don't have enough scales, and accuracy might vary from scale to scale, so we're just going to measure them in inches.
That's a pretty big fish, young fella. He might weigh more than you. Well, this next reaction has to be one of my favorites. One of the more funny ones I've seen in quite a while. That's a bluegill.
This is your sixth fish, I think. I think if you catch 6 bluegills, you should know by now. Child.
6 of them? Holy cow.
No. 5 bluegills and a rock bass.
Well, that's
Two
enough
rock
for a little
bass.
meal. 5 of those guys.
2 rock bass,
Nice.
1 sunfish,
Are
and
you talking about today?
2 good bluegills.
I don't, you know,
What do you think of this fishing out here?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to let children fish
Yeah?
when there's fish being caught. Very difficult to turn it over to them when you really want to just push them aside and say, mine. But no, they're scouts, right?
Oh,
they're on a journey to become men.
There you go.
But I'm already a man. I want the fish.
I'm telling you, this was a fun night of fishing. The weather was perfect, everybody was catching fish, and some big ones were making an appearance. As we fished, I asked Aaron to talk a little bit more about the importance of the scouts.
Well, when I was a boy, I did scouts, and I thought it was something that was fun. I had a lot of friends in it. And then even as I got older, you realize, hindsight especially, that it taught you things that you weren't learning in school. And sometimes it even held like me as the scout, but also my parents accountable, so that we would do things that you might say, I want to do this with my son, but you never get around to it. Well, when we were in scouts, sometimes you find yourself doing those things with the group, and it doesn't matter if it is something like outdoors or if it's something like learning about engineering or community skills, those types of things that are valuable.
Look at that, Griffin! Yeah, buddy! That's a big one, buddy. Yeah, good job. Is that bigger than the last one? All right. That's pretty cool.
I got 7.
That one's half as big as you.
Who caught that?
Another fun thing about pier fishing is that at times, you're kind of all in it together. Brooks Wheeler, a local angler just down here fun fishing for the night, let a few kids reel in his fish, and then he landed a dandy as well.
That could be the state record, sheep's head, right there.
Dang, look at that thing. Holy cow.
That thing's huge. That thing was running like crazy.
So with the sun dropping, it was time for the big reveal on who would be taking home the top 3 spots in this Scout Fishing Derby.
Grand total of 41.5 inches. Jeremy Thayer. He has a strategy of catching panfish. He caught bluegill and rock bass and bluegill and rock bass.
1 sunfish.
Awesome. In second place, just barely ahead of Jeremy with 5 inches more, Daniel Hunt with 46.5 inches. And the guy that smoked you guys, he is the grand champion. I think we know who it is. Louis Vargo with 91.5 inches. Good job, Louis. Good job.
Thanks to Aaron and all the adults for making this event happen. Let's hope this new batch of anglers stays at it for years to come here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us this week. Make sure you are joining us over the next couple of weeks. Lots of brand new stuff coming your way. And like I say, every time of the year, it seems like it is a great time of the year to be a sportsman. Get out there and enjoy it. If we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by By Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By the Michigan Wildlife Council, using scientifically based wildlife management methods like breeding and restocking Michigan lakes and waters with native fish species to ensure they'll continue to thrive and be here for generations. Learn how Michigan manages wildlife at hereformioutdoors.org. By the Michigan chapters of Safari Club International. For over 40 years, SCI has been protecting hunters' rights and promoting wildlife conservation here in Michigan and around the world. SCI chapter locations can be found on the web at firstformichigan.org. By Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises of Munising, exploring Lake Superior's Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. With its sandstone cliffs, caves, waterfalls, and lighthouses, Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises on the web at picturedrocks.com.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land.